Welcome back to another FPL video. The international break is finally over and it's time to start focusing on game week 12. I spent a lot of time on my wildcard draft and I come up with two different teams that hopefully can boost our ranks going into the hectic Christmas period. So let's have a look. This is the first wildcard team that I picked last week and I've had it for some days. If you want more information about it, go check out my video from last week with more detailed information on why I selected those players. So this is a 3-5-2, really strong midfield with Saka, Mbeumo, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes and Salah. Really strong players with high expected minutes and penalties in their locker. So hopefully those players will do really well going forward. They have decent fixtures as well. Up top, a little bit weak up top with Cunha and Joao Pedro. The bench is a little bit weak as well with a 4.5 fodder in Marsh and Westergaard 4.0 centre back from Leicester. So maybe not strong enough when we think about all the matches that are coming up in the next couple of months. But I've also made a new draft because I really wanted Isaac. He is nailed on penalties as well, playing for Newcastle with decent fixtures coming up. So I kind of wanted Isaac in my team, but couldn't really fit him in with this structure and a powerful midfield. So let's have a look at another draft with a 3-4-3. So this is the team that I'm leaning towards at the moment. Sanchez in goal. I've seen some talk about Verbruggen and even Pope from Newcastle, but I kind of like Sanchez. At the moment, he's 4.7 million. If you want another defender from Chelsea, you have to select Colville, but he's not really attacking, so I like Sanchez in goal. Verbruggen, if you want to cover the Brighton defense, you can go with Dunk, 4.4. And if you want to cover the Newcastle defense, Pope is kind of expensive at 5.0. You can just select Hall at 4.4 with attacking threat as well. So for me, Sanchez is probably the best goalkeeper if you're on a game week 12 wildcard. Ait Nouri is included in my wildcard draft. He has become popular, but it's for a reason. He's really attacking, so even though Wolves don't keep a clean sheet, he can still get attacking returns. Same goes for Gabriel. If you want an Arsenal defender, I prefer Gabriel over Raya because of the attacking threat. He's already scored 2 goals this season, and with the fixtures coming up, they will probably get some set pieces, and Gabriel, he will be in the box, and hopefully he can score his 3rd goal. My other defenders are Hall, Masraoui and Kirkis. All of them are really good value, 4.4 and 4.5, and they have decent fixtures, so I just like them. They have a decent rotation as well, and gives you a good coverage on the bench going into a hectic period with a lot of matches coming up. So this is my defense on a game week 12 wildcard. Let me know in the comments down below if you like some other defenders. I kind of wanted Estupinian in my team as well. So low ownership. He's only selected by 0.8% of the managers, but at the moment his price point at 5.0 is kind of awkward. So I prefer having those options priced at 4.4 and 4.5. In midfield, this is a strong midfield as well. The last team I showed you had Saka in it, but this team only has Bruno, Salah, Palmer and Mbeumo. Instead of Saka, I've opted for Havertz up top. I kind of think that Saka is probably the best option from Arsenal, but the 2 million saved by going for Havertz allows me to have Isaac in this team. So this means that my attacking trio in this team is Alexander Isak, Havertz and Joao Pedro. Both Joao Pedro and Isaac are on penalties, and by having Havertz I can cover the Arsenal attack with their decent fixtures going forward. My plan is to have Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo for the next 2 fixtures. Brentford and Man United have really good attacking fixtures in the next couple of game weeks, but from game week 14 and onwards, it's getting a little bit more tricky for those teams and players, so I will talk more about selling one of Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo really soon. On the bench, I have Fabianski. He is a playing 4.0. I'm not sure if he will play all the season, but at least he will play going forward, and hopefully I can catch some price rises with him. Masraoui and Kirkis on the bench, as mentioned, really strong options with decent fixtures, and I have Buonanotte on the bench as well. He actually has one of the best stats when it comes to the budget options in this team. I could upgrade him to someone like Rodgers, but I kind of like the idea of saving 0.4. It will make it easier for me to get Saka later, and I will avoid having a benching headache. So I do believe that the players in the starting 11 is good enough, so I don't really need a good player on the bench as well. It's enough to have 2 starting defenders and Buonanotte. So for me, Buonanotte is a better player at the moment than the likes of Semenyo and Rodgers. So these are the changes between the 2 wildcard teams. On the left hand side, that's the first team with Saka, Cunha, 2 fodders. On the right hand side, it's the latest draft, the draft that I will probably go with, and it has Buonanotte on the bench, Havertz up top, Hall as an benching option maybe to play a couple of games, and it has Isaac as well. So I do believe at the moment that the second option is the stronger one. Of course, it lacks Saka, but he will probably come in for my team in game week 14 or 15. As mentioned, and as a lot of you probably will point out, it's really hard to go without Saka on a game week 12 wildcard considering Arsenal's fixtures, but when we consider both Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo being nailed on and on penalties for Brentford and Man United with the upcoming fixtures, I think that it's probably a good idea to have them in the team as well. So with Saka, I couldn't afford Isaac, but my plan is to upgrade Mbeumo to Saka in game week 14 or game week 15. To afford the upgrade from Mbeumo to Saka, I will have to downgrade either Bruno Fernandes to a 6.0 midfielder or Isaac to a 6.0 attacker, but I do believe that it's really wise to start in game week 12 with both Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes, and of course, as mentioned, it also allows me to have Isaac for the next couple of game weeks. So Saka, I know that a lot of you are going for him, but I will have a plan to get him in, so hopefully he will not explode in the next 2 game weeks. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think that Saka is a must-have for a wildcard team right now? When it comes to captaincy for game week 12, this has not changed. I said in my last video that I will probably captain Mo Salah. In the meantime, that has not changed. Bednarek, he's out. Ramsdale, he is out. And Southampton, they are the worst team in the league when it comes to expected goals conceded. So for me, I have a couple of good options. I have Isaac in at the moment, and I have Cole Palmer as well with good fixtures, but Salah will probably be my game week 12 captain. I've had it on him all week, and I will probably not change that before the game week 12 deadline. But let me know in the comments down below, who do you think is the best captain option for the next game week?